ProfessorBlackOps, so cybersecurity for the people. Bookings.com breach, $500,000 fine. The data was breached, hacked, and exfiltrated. Let's talk about incident response. Let's go over the article. Booking.com fined $558,000 for a late breach notification. So once you think you've been breached or you have some inclination, you need to let the state you're in know. And if you report to HIPAA or OSHA or any of those government agencies, you need to let them know ASAP. A major hotel booking site was fined $475,000 after failing to report a serious data breach within the time period mandated by General Data Protection Regulations, aka GDPR. GDPR is definitely European compliance, but there's actually a lot of states, and I think the United States are actually going to start picking up a lot of GDPR regulations in the state. California is a huge proponent of GDPR. Booking.com suffered a breach back in 2018 when telephone scammers targeted 40 employees at various hotels in the UAE. After obtaining their login credentials to a Booking.com system, they were able to access the personal data of 4,100 customers who had booked hotel rooms in the UAE. Via the site, credit card details on 283 customers were exposed, and 97 cases of the security code, CVE code, was compromised. So there's a big discussion because a lot of times the clients I talk to, they want to save the credit card number and the CVE to make it more easier for the customers to be able to reorder stuff. I actually tell them don't store the CVE, the 3-digit code. At least make the customer put that in. But of course, that's not customer as friendly as it should be. Booking.com customers ran the risk of being robbed here, even if the criminals did not steal the credit card details, but only some of the name, contact details, information about his or her hotel booking. The scammers can use that data for phishing to actually get more data from the customer. By pretending to belong to the hotel by phone or email, they try to take money from people. This can be very credible, as such a scammer knows exactly when you booked which room and ask if you want to pay for those nights. The damage can be considerable. Although the breach did not appear to have Booking.com's fault, its response was found wanting. The travel giant, which is headquartered in the Netherlands, were notified of an incident on January 13, 2019, but didn't report to the AP until February 7, 22 days later. GDPR mandates that the strict rules to be reported within 72 hours of a notification, right? So they waited 22 days, and GDPR should be 72 hours. A vendor argued that this was a serious violation of trust that millions of customers place in the platform to keep their details safe. Online firms' obligations does not extend to best practices, cybersecurity controls, she claimed, but also reacting quickly if and when things do go wrong. A data breach can unfortunately happen anywhere, even if you have taken good precautions, but to prevent damage to your customers and their reputations of such as a data breach, you will have to report this in time. The speed is very important in the first place for victims of a leak. After such report, the AP can, among other things, order a company to immediately warn affected customers to prevent criminals from having weeks to continue trying to defile customers, for example. So I'm a NIST guy, and NIST says within 24 hours, because you want to let your customers know that their data has been breached, so they can go through and change their credit card, lock their credit report, so the bad guys couldn't continue to use their credit. Once again, Professor Black Ops, cybersecurity for the people. Super short video. Please subscribe.